Dearest, beloved, divine friends, family, brothers, sisters, your friend, your brother, me, Haji, Dr. Roshan Khan, in the raw. RK's Guyana Free Media. And I wish to discuss with you here today this amazing thing about our President, His Excellency, Dr. Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. I want to show you this picture where I say that, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, brothers and sisters around the world, in the raw, RK's Guyana Free Media points to the fact that our president is walking. That's a very powerful sentiment and statement, that our president is walking in the nook and crannies, in the waters, in the mud, in the highways and the byways, in the floods, in the interior and around Guyana. Our president, His Excellency, Dr. Irfan Ali, with the numerous ministers, Nigel Dharamlal, another power and master of the people, Dr. Vindya Pusot, Minister of Human Services, Social Security, Minister Hamilton, Minister of Agriculture, Zulfikar, Minister Rodriguez, Minister Juan Egil, and so many of them, ladies and gentlemen, I call them all. Working with the members of Parliament, with the loyal citizens of this country, supporting and helping to bring nourishment, food, medicines, and comfort to the people. And sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the mistress, the boss, Mrs. Khan, the wife, brought me a cup of coffee. And she said only 2 butter cookies. No more. I like to soak it in the coffee or the tea. And she knows how to make my coffee. And she knows how to win my heart. Lachman Khan, Mazifa Khan, my wife. I remember, this is in the raw, RK's Guyana Free Media. And I was saying, all the ministers with our president walking, going into all the corners to meet and motivate and encourage and help their people. Words of comfort. Sometimes a kind word could be the best of charity. Well, in the raw, another important call came in. This time some bad news for business. But it happens, you know, especially when you're in the government tendering process and systems. What can you do? You have to accept life and reality and cooperate. And it's okay. Business and sites will always come and go. And then we have some businesses in this country tendering below cost. So with the evaluators of the government and the various ministries and cabinet, I don't know if some of them don't know mathematics. Because they're giving contracts to companies that are, when you do the math, they're tendering below cost. And it's even suspected that some of them are in money laundering. It is known that. But what do? We accept, we welcome the new company, we hand over professionally, we show dignity and respect, and welcome them. But the government and the evaluators need to be sure and to know what they're doing, because these people who are involved in some of these services are criminals. Some of them have been in prison overseas. Some of them have been, such crime has been committed in such frauds and imprisonment. But what can you do? Because Guyana is a new country. What can you do? for them who have been involved in these crimes. So let us, I understand what's happening, and I understand in tendering procedures, you will win some, you will lose some. I just wish that the evaluators were studying these people, and the government, the cabinet, were doing the mathematics to see what is the reality of these people. But like I said, nothing is ever permanent. So I smiled. Anyways, let's go back to this contract. Now, into this article, President Ali officially declares flooding a national disaster. President Dr. Irfan Ali, and this is coming from the Sunday Chronicle, June 13th, and today is Tuesday, the 15th of June. President Dr. Irfan Ali has officially declared Guyana to be in a state of disaster by virtue of the ongoing floods. So that brings out certain budgetary prescriptions and entitlements and so on. I think $10 billion was just approved by Parliament last night or early this morning. In his proclamation recorded on Thursday, the head of state noted that at the morning of June 7, 2021, a total of 28,228 households were affected by flooding, some with water entering their homes, domestic animals and livestock in distress, or farmlands inundated and livestock died. One man lost over $20 million, ladies and gentlemen. Some houses in Kokwani and other areas were flooded were flooded to its roof, even though it's a two-story. It has been a real disaster in our country, and we must pray, all of us, for our country, and work with the president, work with the government to try to enhance the reality and the light and the life of our citizens, and to support this government to help our people. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, we have a true, loving, divine, caring government in Guyana after 5 years. We must welcome them, and we must applaud them and respect them. In pursuance of the powers conferred upon me by Article 99 of the Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, I hereby declare a disaster in the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, the official Gazette reads. Under Article 99 of the Constitution of Guyana, the head of state is responsible for disaster management and is authorized to declare a disaster for the state on account that he is satisfied that a disaster has happened, is happening, and is likely to happen. And there we saw in the pictures, and we see in the news and so on, our president waving and moving through waters to bring some support. Where have you seen this before? Only, I think it was in 2005 when we had the big floods, and President Jack Deere, as a master, sat down at State House. I was coordinating this activity in the country. Hardly getting any sleep. You could have seen from his eyes and his face and from the cracking voice that he was not sleeping but was thinking of his people. In accordance with the declaration of the Civil Defense Commission has been permitted to exercise disaster management powers in an effort to prevent or minimize the loss of human life, illness or injury to humans, property loss, or damage to the environment. During the flood relief outreach in Region 6, East Berbice, President Ali informed the residents of Chesney village that he had been advised by the CDC that Guyana is now experiencing a level 2 disaster. This classification was cited under the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agencies. And I move on. Despite Guyana's, I'm skipping some space here, ladies and gentlemen, some paragraphs. Despite Guyana's situation being classified as level 2, the CDC, in a press statement issued on Saturday evening, said that the impact of the flood varies by region, with regions 1, Burima Waini, 3, Essequibo Islands, West Demerara, 4, Demerara Mahaika, 8, Pataros Siperuni, and 9, Upper Takatu, Upper Essequibo, being a level 2, being given national capacity to manage the impact. And like that, they went on to different areas, Cayuni, Mazaruni, and so on. He went on to say, a tropical wave embedded within the Intertropical Convergence Zone, ITCZ, is currently affecting Guyana, resulting in heavy rainfall, which could last until mid-July, the CDC noted. Since May 18, 2021, the CDC has received reports of more than 29,000 households suffering from flooding in more than 300 communities countrywide. And I skip again. Tomorrow, the National Assembly is likely to commence its debate on a 10 billion supplementary budget that is being sought by the government to tackle the effects of the ongoing floods and its corresponding countrywide relief efforts. Well, I must be happy to tell you that the money was approved, and the opposition voted to support it. Wake up, opposition, very happy to know this. I'm glad that you're waking up. And thanks to the government, Dr. Irfan Ali as president, and the whip of parliament and the government side for bringing this proposal to the House. The monies, once approved, will be used to complement the supply of food, sanitary, medical hampers for those affected. It will also aid the emergency repairs to a number of public infrastructure, especially roads and bridges that have been damaged by the flood waters. A preliminary assessment of the infrastructural impact of floods has revealed a loss of billions of dollars in public infrastructure. An overall financial impact of the ongoing disaster is yet to be determined and is likely to be the focus of the socio-economic impact assessment once the waters have fully receded and those affected begin to recover. President Ali has repeatedly vowed to provide much-needed support to those whose livelihoods were destroyed by the natural disaster. We will help you to get you back on your feet, Dr. Ali assured the nation. What do you expect from a man with a heart like His Excellency, the President? What do you expect, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, brothers and sisters? Your friend, your brother, me, Haji, Dr. Ocean Khan, in the raw, saying thank you for tuning in and farewell, friends.